Interface Video presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Game of the Week. Brought to you by Dagger Long, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Buckeye Toyota, Fairfield Medical Center, Buckeye Lake Marina, Personal Touch Party Rentals, Fairfield DD, North Body Shop, Fairfield County Adam H., The Carriage Company, The Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, and ExploreHockingHills.com.
Football is back! For the 21st year in a row, we open up the high school football season with New Lexington at Fairfield Union. Good evening, everybody. I'm Jared Stewart alongside Tim Shoemaker. Welcome to our Interface Video Productions High School Football Game of the Week. Tonight's pregame show brought to you by Personal Touch Party Rentals. Carol and Eric Whittington would like to invite you to stop by Personal Touch Party Rentals and events in Lancaster. They're a small family-owned business and have been servicing the Central Ohio area since 2003. They would love to help plan your next event, all with a personal touch. Stop out and see their showroom on Hubbard Drive in Lancaster. Tim, 21 years this game has taken place in week number 1.
Yeah, it's really been a good rivalry, a good established game to open the season since 2003. Every year since the 2020, which we all know what that was like. But yeah, 21 years. That says a lot about the schools too. Continuing to maintain. They're not that far apart, Jared. Yeah. Different leagues, same region.
Let's jump right in and talk about these teams. You had a chance to talk to a couple of coaches and get some thoughts on the game. And very similar football teams. That New Lex last year finished 5-5. Fairfield Union 6-4, but they started the year with a loss at New Lex.
Yeah, and we talked about New Lex. It's kind of been streaky. New Lex has won the last 5 good ball games. Prior to that was the last time that Fairfield Union had won that game in 2017, but they won 4 in a row from 14 to 17. So it's been kind of a streaky series. So we'll see if the Falcons can get back on track here at home tonight.
Let's talk about those Falcons. Second-year head coach Andy Clark. Really pleased with how his team finished last year. Of course, we saw that last game at Amanda Clear Creek. Just a fantastic game for the Falcons and hoping to ride that wave into the 2024-25 season.
Yes. Came back in week 10, then beat Taze Valley, which is now in the OCC, which we'll see next week. But the nice thing is they had some carryover. And Coach Clark feels like they had a really good offseason. They've gotten stronger. His only concerns are the inexperience on the line.
Yeah.
That can they get it done, because the quarterback and the tailback are both very dangerous, and we'll speak, specifically about them later.
One of their strengths, obviously, you mentioned in the backfield, the quarterback and the tailback return their top 2 ball carriers, but it's all going to depend on the offensive line play.
Yeah, you're not going to be a very good back if you don't get good blocking. It doesn't matter who you are.
Let's talk about New Lex, of course, coached by Kevin Board in his 6th season at New Lexington High School. One of the things he said that they need to do is cut down on the turnovers, 26 of them last year, 19 interceptions.
Yeah, Isaiah is really a talented quarterback. Isaiah Stevens.
He did set a school record.
Right, for yardage, and he also threw 25 touchdowns.
Right.
But got to cut down on some of the ones that he can control a little bit and take care of the football. But the biggest concern Coach Board had is that they were banged up on the offensive line. Yeah. And right now, after 2 scrimmages, he hasn't felt like they were in sync yet.
Kind of interesting that we go into this game and both the coaches talking about offensive line play. I think that that's an aspect of football that those guys get forgotten, and it gets overlooked, but it's so important to making an offense go.
Hey, the point of attack is always going to be the key to this game.
Yep. Just about set for the kickoff for our 2024 high school football season. It's brought to you by Sheridan Funeral Home. Sheridan Funeral Home is proud to be supporting high school football. They've been serving the communities of Lancaster and Fairfield County for over 100 years. It'll be the Falcons wearing all black tonight to kick off to the Panthers. Kicking off for Fairfield Union will be Owen Ruff, the 5'11", 205-pound senior. You're going to hear his name quite a bit tonight for the Falcons. Kickoff will be taken by Lane Ratliff. Ratliff out to the 15-yard line, almost to the 20, and that's where the Panthers will go on offense.
Well, what we're going to see offensively from the Panthers, Jared, is they're going to run a spread. They're going to have 3 or 4 receivers, sometimes 3 on one side, and it's going to be different. They're going to throw, to get on the perimeter, they're going to throw quick passes, which are just like sweeps or whatever, and they want to take whatever they're given.
Tonight's Keys to the Game brought to you by North Body Shop. Since 1979, North Body Shop has been providing professional auto collision repairs on all makes and models. Don't think of going anywhere else to get your vehicle looking like a new one again. We pride ourselves on serving all the collision repairs throughout Fairfield County. We'll get to those Keys to the Game after this play. On first down, it's a carry to the left side. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play. Tim, what are the keys for both these teams to pick up a win on week 1?
Well, listening to Coach Clark and Coach Board, it comes down to the point of attack, Jared. How well their offensive and defensive lines play. And I also think, too, the factor is how well you adjust. Here's what I was talking about earlier. They're going to want to do a lot of.
Stevens out to Spicer, and he's going to be wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage, and a flag comes in. Might be a face mask on the Falcons.
Yeah, it is. I see this. The line judge on the other side, Jared.
Spicer, very talented wide receiver, but also good wrestler. He and Ratliff
Personal
both.
foul, face mask against defense. First down.
Both Ratliff and Spicer were state wrestling qualifiers this past year.
Penalty on the Falcons moves the ball out to the 37, 38.
So after the penalty, it takes the Panthers out to the 33-yard line. 1st and 10. Stevens out of the shotgun once again. Nobody in the backfield. Little movement on that Fairfield Union side. 3 receivers to the near side. In motion goes Carson Kellogg. Stevens faked it to him and keeps it himself. Nice little fake there, and it gets him out about 8 yards.
Yeah, one of the reasons they run the spread is to run the football. And you go, what's that mean? Why is that? And you see here on the replay, look at the gaps, and you have less people to block.
About 1 yard to go.
Tonight's replay is brought to you by Dagger Law. Thank them for once again providing us with our replays this year. Stevens will hand it off. First down yardage gained by the running back. That is Carson Kellogg.
Carson's interesting. He had over 800 yards rushing last year and over 500 yards receiving.
Wow.
He's quite a dual threat.
Yeah. Stevens again to pass. Short pass over on the far side, and then I tell you what, Owen O'Brien did a good job that time, just carrying the guy with him. He caught it at about the line of scrimmage and gained 7 yards with the guy on him.
Yeah, that's a great effort. But, that puts pressure on the defense, Jared. They have to be able to tackle in space because they're going to throw those quick little jailbreak passes or, X and Y screens out there.
As you see, they run the spread
Second down for the Panthers.
with 1 back behind Stevens. That's who takes the handoff this time. It's Kellogg again. And he's going to be shy of the first down by a couple yards.
Yeah, pretty good job right there by the Falcon defense, Jared. Got off blocks and pursued really well.
It's 3rd down.
So 3rd down and 2. Falcons looking for a stop here on this first drive of the Panthers. Stevens looks over at his coaching staff to see the play. Kellogg stands to his right. Stevens going to keep it himself, follow Kellogg going out to the right side. He's going to be wrapped up and brought down. Leading the charge for the Falcons is number 44, Clay Markwood.
Yeah, really good play by Markwood right there, Jared. He bounced. He saw the quarterback. Watch here on the replay. Stevens sees nothing, tries to bounce it outside, and look at Markwood get off the block.
He did a great job.
Yeah, great defensive play.
Brings up a 4th down and 2 after no gain on that last play. Look at this spread.
But you got to remember, Stevens is the punter also.
It's just the center and Stevens there. He's going to pass it out. And he's going to have the first down over on the far side.
Wow.
Tyson Spicer on the reception and the carry.
Now that's a unique play.
Yes, it is.
I'd say Coach Board is very creative offensively.
First down and 10.
That one worked well. 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
See, we have 4 wide, and they're still just going to throw it here. The slot to try and get people in space.
Panthers, number 8, Isaiah
Stevens was pressured that time. Getting in the backfield was 57, Grant McPherson for the Falcons. Bring up a 2nd and 10.
Fairfield Union's in a even front on defense. What that means, Jared, is they have 4 linemen down, or 3 linemen and a linebacker, but they're all down. They're going to play 4 people in front of the 5 linemen and see if they can get pressure on them. The thing that's tough is a lot of these passes are short, Jared. They're quick, and the ball's out of the quarterback's hands.
Stevens looking to pass deep downfield, down the middle of the field. He's got a man out there. Just overthrows his intended receiver, and that was Bentley Hansen. Hansen on the year last year, he's a 4-year starter.
Yeah.
45 catches, 773 yards, and 7 touchdowns.
Yeah, if you overthrow Hansen, you've overthrown him. Yeah.
He can run.
Yes, he can. It's a good call. Just got to be executed a little better.
Yeah. So 3rd and 10 here for New Lex. This is a drive that they picked up their first down on a penalty. Nice little dump out to Kellogg, and Kellogg down the right side inside the 20-yard line.
Now you see why he almost had almost 600 yards last year receiving. And I tell you what Stevens did right there. He did not panic, Jared. He just stepped up. Watch him here. Instead of getting out and starting to scramble, he didn't leave the pocket area, Jared, and he kept his head up. And found that's very
That's a
talented.
veteran quarterback right there.
That is.
Stepping up in the pocket. 1st and 10. Isaiah Stevens will hand it off to Kellogg. Kellogg right up the middle, and he's going to have 4 or 5 on 1st down.
See what that does? That keeps him honest.
Yeah.
You know, because even though the Panthers like to get on the perimeter and do some of those other things, that right there will keep him honest.
2nd down and 5 at the 11.
2nd and 5 for New Lex at the 11-yard line. Here's Kellogg again. Started to go to the right, bounced it to the left, and we'll have almost a 1st down. That's close. Oh, they are going to give him the 1st down.
Are they?
Looks like the line judge on the far side is waving them on.
They are.
He's. So it's 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. Look at this spread.
Well, you have to cover the whole width of the field against this team.
Yep. Yeah, they are spread from sideline to sideline.
They are.
Stevens takes the high snap, keeps it himself, and at the 5-yard line will be wrapped up. Leading the charge was Neil Spangler, I believe, 55 or 56. Sean Andrews.
By 55, Keegan Arnett, along with some other Falcons.
Again, notice no huddle, Jared. Get their signals from the sideline.
So he gained 2 on the play.
Yep, they get to the line and get ready to play.
Clock down to 6:12 to play in this 1st quarter. Nice time-consuming drive on their first possession for New Lex. Kellogg following his blockers up the middle to the goal line, and no signal yet. Touchdown, New Lex.
Hey, he's a talented back. Did you see him put his hand on,
following
the blocker and keep his head up and read where he could get a
Trying to
gap?
see who that was that was leading him. I think it was 66, possibly. leading the way for him, or 68, Chase Schreiner.
Here's another thing
there's
they
the
always
replay.
do. They always go for 2 on the first touchdown.
Really?
That's
the
his
first
philosophy.
one, huh?
Yep, that's
All right.
the way they play.
Stevens will split
Yeah.
out now, and coming back into the quarterback position, that's Lane Ratliff, and it's incomplete.
Yeah,
Number 16, Lane Ratliff.
he had him
Pass for the
just
Yep.
didn't get him put. How about this novelty? And I only know this because I get out and I get a watch. I went to a scrimmage last week just to try and get a feel of watching New Lexington because, we don't see them.
Right.
So I went to get a feel and found out all 3 quarterbacks are left-handed.
Wow, that's interesting.
And Lane's the backup. So how in the heck do
Yeah.
you ever – I can't ever remember that ever being a case at any level.
Do they play baseball? Are they pitchers?
No, but they're basketball players.
Huh, how about that?
Yeah. I've never heard of that at professional,
Yeah.
college, or anything.
Right. That is interesting. So New Lexington takes their first drive and punches it in after a nice long one. They could not get the 2-point conversion, so they lead at 6-0 with 5:54 to play here in this first quarter.
Yeah, here's a couple rule changes that the OHSA has in effect this year, Jared. The numbers on the jersey must clearly contrast the jersey color, and the jersey color has to be all same dark color.
Yeah, and those of us
Yeah.
who are announcers love that rule.
Yeah, absolutely. We were talking about how we had a couple teams last year. It's just impossible.
Yeah.
And they can wear the soft shell helmet covers now.
Huh.
But the thing I'm not sure, I will have to wait and see, but there's no color requirement. You could have a white one,
Yeah, that's
a
kind of
black
strange.
one. I mean,
Because what if you have a white? What if your helmet is black? You have a
Yeah.
white shell, and you're playing against a team with white helmets. That could be confusing.
I would think so.
The rule that I like is make sure they have their knees covered. Nothing drives me more crazy than seeing shorts being worn on the football field.
Yeah, that came in last year, but that is a major point of emphasis this year.
Kickoff taken by Jake Barr, I believe, on the near side. He gets out across the 20 to about the 24-yard line.
With the reception and carry.
How about this grass? How's it look?
Oh, beautiful.
For us,
One of
having
the
what
only
we
places
had.
in Fairfield County you'll see green grass.
Looks great, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
First and 10 on their own 25-yard line.
Of course, Brian Young and Hickory Valley Sod Farm, they do a great job on the
Yes.
field out here at Fairfield Union. And anytime you come out here, you know you're going to have a great facility, great field surface to play on. So
Well,
here
let's
come the
see.
Falcons.
Yeah.
Hunter Clark under center. Had a great year last year for the Falcons. He will hand it off, first man through, and going to be going backwards.
Carry for the Falcons.
No gain on the play. It was Owen Ruff on the carry.
No gain on the play.
There's a look at Hunter. He towers over everybody.
Harrison Ratliff.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
had
not too often, though, that when you announce tackles, that it's your quarterback making it. He led the team in tackles last year on
I
the
know.
defensive side.
He's, and I mean this in the right way. He was good last year, but the thing I was impressed with when we saw him at the end of the year, he got better.
Oh, absolutely.
He and the team.
Yep. Here's Clark faking the handoff, looking to pass, has a man down the middle of the field, but he's pressured and hit, and he made the right decision there. Just dump it off. Just throw it away.
Number 4 for the Falcons, Hunter Clark.
57 on the pressure. Tristan Braden for the Panthers brings up a 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, he got him pretty good from the
Yeah, he did.
backside. Hunter's pretty tough, though. We saw him, like I said, last year, and he's gotten stronger. And I think, Coach Clark talked about how much they got better in the weight room, their off-season training and everything. So, and that matters, Jared.
Yep. So 3rd and 9. Clark out of the shotgun once again with Ruff standing beside him. He'll dump it off to Ruff. Ruff. Not much there. Really good
Yeah.
pursuit to the football by the Panthers.
Yeah, because Owen's not one guy going to get him down.
Yeah.
We saw him. I mean, he had over 1,500 yards rushing last year. And that was a very good job by the New Lex defense, really running that down on the sideline.
Tackled by
So it'll be 3 and out. Falcons be forced to punt
tackled by 42, Harrison
on 4th
Ratliff.
down and 9. And New Lex really should come away with some really good field position here. Ruff will do the punting. Gets it away. It's going to be a short but high kick. And it will take a Fairfield Union bounce. And we'll be down to inside the 40-yard line, right about the 48-yard line. That's where New Lex will go on offense. Tim, as we pulled in, we were handed a flyer for the Fairfield Union Land Lab Exploration Community Day, which is coming up on Saturday, September 7th. If you've never seen the Land Lab here at Fairfield Union, this is a chance for the community to get out here. Pretty cool. They'll have it from noon until 3 p.m., and it's free admission, also free refreshments. So get out to the Fairfield Union Exploration Community Day at the Land Lab out behind the high school. First and 10 Panthers. They lead at 6-0 with 4:14 to play in the first quarter. Stevens gives it off. Kellogg on the carry. All the way across the 45. Good carry on first down. That's the thing. They've had really good games on first down.
Yeah, they have. And the thing I like there is he showed a really good burst right there, Jared. He's not extremely big, but he is quick and keeps his head up.
Stevens pass out to the far side. Tyson Spicer on the reception, but going to be knocked down right away, and the ball came loose. Owen Ruff has it, and there were no whistles or anything. And will it be Fairfield Union ball?
He has him down. The officials saying they have him down.
Okay. I didn't hear a whistle, but let's see it here on the Dagger Law replay.
Yeah, this is really good defense again by the safeties and corners coming up on that.
I didn't see where it came out.
No, it's hard to tell with all the bodies in front of us.
It's out right there before he went. Maybe his knee touched.
Yeah.
That was close.
Tough to tell.
3rd and 4 here for New Lex. Stevens. Pass is complete. Wow, big hit by Hunter Clark.
Yes, so.
Wow.
Yeah. Hello.
But they will have the first down. Watch this. Watch this hit right here. Wow.
Yeah. Oh,
Clark,
good.
As well as Hayden Rager got in there as well. Nobody in the backfield this time with Isaiah Stevens. 6'1", 185-pound senior quarterback for the Panthers. Set a school record last year with 2,376 yards and 25 touchdowns. The lefty fires over the middle. Great pass and great catch. What a move by Bentley Hansen, and he's going to take it to the house for the touchdown.
Wow.
Just a little stutter step right as soon as he caught it.
Good route, good pass, Jared.
Well, Stevens can sling it, can he?
Yeah, he can.
Here's the Dagger Law replay.
Look at that
Beautiful
pass.
tight spiral and a great move right there by Bentley Hansen. So 12-0 Panthers. On to kick the extra point will be Tristan Barrowman. Low snap, and we've got a whistle. Going to be encroachment on the Falcons.
Encroachment. Defense. Half the distance to the goal. Repeat the try.
After this kick, we'll tell you about our officials for tonight's contest. Oh, maybe they've changed their mind. I think they might go for 2 here to try to make up for that missed.
Look where it is now.
Yeah.
Up the 2-yard line, or 1.5.
Yep. We want to try to make up for that missed 2-point conversion on the first touchdown. So they now will go for 2.
Well, they tried to, the fake reverse last time with Lane Ratliff throwing it to the corner and had to execute. I mean, I thought the play was there.
Look at this lineup.
Well, you got to get 7 on the line, Jared, by rule.
There they are. Stevens takes the snap, gives it to Kellogg, and Kellogg to the goal line has stood up. Did he get in? Yes, he did. 2-point conversion is successful by Carson Kellogg. Makes it 14-0 New Lex.
Well, let's talk about our officiating crew tonight. I give a big thanks out to Ron Wintermute, one of the assigners that helps us know who's here. Our referee tonight is Brian Williams. The umpire is Mark Weisinger. The head linesman is Larry Brooks. The line judge and the crew chief is Troy Baylog. The back judge is James Jackson. And the center judge is Bob Wolfinger. Let me also throw a shout out to two officials that helped me also with the rules changes and rules of emphasis and keeping me up to date is John Whitson, who is starting his 38th year in officiating. Outstanding 3-sport official, 38th in football. Helped me out, and of course, reliable Tom Stoughton always gives me a little insight on what the points of emphasis are and some of those things and answers any questions. I told him with him no longer signing, we're going to have him on speed dial here in case we need something.
Yeah, that's true. And those of you who watch Major League Baseball and actually really pay attention might recognize that name, Whitson.
Yeah, well, yeah. Chad, John's son, is a Major League umpire.
Yeah, he's had several Reds games this year.
Yes. I'll tell you, Chad used to come and work American Legion games back when he was 18 and 19 years old in Lancaster.
Wow. That's cool. So 14-0, New Lex leads Fairfield Union here with 2:26 to play in the first quarter.
Well, here's where you don't panic. You got to find out what your team is. You got some seniors here. You've got some things. You're down the first quarter, so you got to pin your ears back and come play.
Going to be a shorter kick. We'll take a bounce at the 20-yard line, and it'll be taken by Isaiah Saleh, and he'll take it out to about the 32 or 33-yard line. Good field position for the Falcons.
Yeah, Isaiah Saleh is an interesting. He played a lot of defense last year, Jared, and Coach Clark said they want to get him more on offense because he is the fastest player probably on the team.
We're going to go with Saleh because that's what the PA announcer is saying. I actually texted a teacher friend of mine out here at Fairfield Union today to get a couple pronunciations, and she told me it was Salah. Okay. But since everybody else is saying Saleh, that's what we'll go with as well.
He can call in if he has an issue after the game, okay?
First and 10 Falcons. They trail at 14-0 with 2:20 to play in the first quarter. Hunter Clark this time with everybody bunched in tight except for one receiver out to the far side. It'll be a handoff to Saleh, and man, again, that defensive pressure from New Lex. 60, 68, 59. That's Malik Thresher. I tell you what, he's
Malachi.
He is Malachi. He is a physical, big specimen, 6'4", 270. Hard to miss out on the field.
Yeah, they're just trying to get him to be more consistent. Coach Board actually mentioned him and thought, he's had a good summer. He's had a good, fall, so late summer here, I guess. But you just need him to be more consistent, more impactful.
Second down and 10. And good job by Hunter Clark on the hard snap count. Got New Lex to jump off. Speaking of the size and physicalness, after we hear this.
Dead ball. Encroachment. Defense.
Coach Board said that this year's team is bigger. They're more physical than last year's team, which they need to be. He said last year they had 4 games where they gave up 30 or more points.
Yeah. Well, and at the end of the year they made the playoffs at 5-5, but they played Hartley, and we saw Hartley last year, and that's a whole different thing. You better be physical, or you're not gonna.
Right.
They didn't make much traction in that game.
Clark pitches it out. Saleh has some running room. He's got the first down near midfield.
Isaiah Saleh with the carry.
Good run there for Fairfield Union. When you see Saleh and Ruff, it's 2 different types of runners.
Yes.
Saleh's the more speedy guy, likes to get out around the end, and Ruff is going to be that guy that runs rough.
Well, he's we saw how tough he is. He's hard to bring down, but you know what? You can't be one-dimensional, Jared.
High formation behind Clark. Ruff takes it right up the middle.
That's what I mean.
Wow.
They
thought he was down. They just kept on going. Brings up a second down and 2.5 for the Falcons. Clock rolls inside of 1 minute to play in the first quarter. At the quarter break, we'll tell you about some other games going on around the area this weekend. And week number 1 of the high school football season. Can't ask for better weather for the first week. You would never be able to tell by looking at this field that we're in the middle of a drought. Clark hands it off to Saleh, and I think he's got the first down. Maybe. It's very close.
Yeah, marked him short.
time's going to run out here in the first quarter. A good one for New Lexington. They lead it 14-0 as we head into the second quarter.
And with that being said, 14-0, Jared, tonight's first half scoreboard sponsor is the Buckeye Automotive family. The Buckeye Honda, Nissan, and Toyota dealerships would like to wish all the local athletes best of luck this season. Learn more at buckeyecars.com.
Week 1 slate of games around the area. Tonight, Amanda Clear Creek is at Linden McKinley. It's Bloom Carroll at Chillicothe. Canal Winchester at Thomas Worthington. Jackson is at Logan. Liberty Union at Heath. Millersport at New London. Akron North at Lancaster. Lakewood St. Edward is at Pickerington North. Sheridan at Licking Valley. Harvest Prep at Pick Central. And Newcomerstown is at Byrne Union. Tomorrow night, a couple of games. Crooksville is at Fisher Catholic. That'll be played, obviously, at Fulton Field. And Fairfield Christian at Portsmouth Notre Dame. I saw that game, I think it's a 3:30 start tomorrow.
Okay.
These two teams, of course, Fairfield Union and the Mid-State League Buckeye. New Lexington is in the Muskegon Valley League, small school division. There's the new Mid-State League Buckeye.
New because they're one less. As we said,
Yep.
Tays Valley joined the OCC Buckeye, and from the Mid-State Buckeye to the OCC Buckeye.
How about that? On 3rd down and 1, right up the middle. Man, look at the effort. I think the effort's going to get him the first down. Just kept pushing. It was Hunter Clark keeping the football, and he's got the first down.
Yeah, that's who I want to get the yard, that's for sure.
Yep. Clark, we talked about the size of some of these guys on New Lex, but how about Hunter Clark, 6'4", 200 pounds at quarterback, and we saw his physicalness on that hit that he had earlier on defense. First and 10 for the Falcons. This time, Ruff is going to be he lost the football. And New Lex says they have it. We'll see what the officials say. I believe it is New Lex football. Owen was hit almost immediately when he took the handoff. See if we can get a replay on that one as we have a New Lex player. Looks like he might be cramping up. Yeah, just kind of a scrum there.
Well, you know what happens a lot of times when you're fighting for yardage and fighting as a back, it gets taken away.
Yeah,
I mean, it's hard to fault the effort, but you got to protect the football.
As the New Lex training staff looking at the injured player, we'll look at some scores around the area. Lancaster leads Akron North 13-0 in the first quarter. No score listed for Byrne Union Newcomerstown. Bloom Carroll leads Chillicothe 10-0, that game in the first quarter. No score for Millersport New London. Amanda Clear Creek leads Linden McKinley 7-0 in the first quarter. It's Heath over Liberty Union 7-0 in the first quarter. And as of right now, looks like that's all that I have. I'll continue to look for those scores. And, you know, this may be more than a cramp, Shoe. Initially, I thought maybe he was cramping up, but seems to be a little more than that, unfortunately.
Yeah, a lot of attention here.
I believe that might be Johnny Robinson down for the Panthers. The New Lex training staff called for Fairfield Union's training staff to come out as well. Obviously, you never want to see injuries to anybody.
No.
But especially week number 1.
Someone on the other team is injured.
So a little bit of stoppage here gives Falcons a chance to kind of regroup, get their guys on the sideline, talk this thing out. I mean, it's a long football game. I mean, yeah, you're down 14-0. Things haven't gone your way so far, but it can turn in a heartbeat.
Yeah, you just don't panic. You got to play within what you know and do what you do. You know, the thing they want to do as the number 1 priority, Jared, is run the football.
Yep. So after the turnover, it'll be New Lex football, 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
Lexington on the 42.
I'd lean forward, but the sun still hasn't quite set yet.
Stevens pitches it out. This looks like it's going to be a pass by the running back, and he made a nice pass out to Spicer, and Spicer all the way down to the goal line. Did he get in? Yes, he did. Kellogg made a nice pass, and Spicer did the rest with his feet.
Come off that turnover, that first playoff turnovers is traditionally a good time to try something.
Yep,
Jared.
you're right.
What a throw.
So Carson Kellogg, watch the replay here.
Watch Spicer unload this.
Man, that's a good-looking pass
It
for a
is.
running back. And Spicer was wide open and then just outran the defense.
Number 35, Kristen Barrowman back to kick.
That could have been a horse collar there.
Yeah, you know, New Lex graduated an all-state receiver last year in Jarek Bragland, and Spicer looks like he's going to take that, fill that in a little bit.
Yeah.
Of course, you got Hanson his 4 years on the other side, so quite explosive team right now, Jared.
Extra point from Barrowman is good, makes it 21-0. New Lex with 11:14 to play in the first half. Tim, we mentioned that new look Mid-State League Buckeye due to Taze Valley moving to the Ohio Capital Conference Buckeye Division. Anxious to see how they fare. I think, you know, maybe some bumps to start out, but I think they're going to be okay in the long run.
Yeah, I think in the long run it's a good move. You know, they were the biggest team in Mid-State League at the time. Now, you know, you're in with some very tough competition,
Yeah.
as we know. But there's also Logan has come in, which
Yep.
is new to the league also.
Right.
So I think it's a good move overall, and it's kind of cool that it's all like almost all Route 33
Yeah.
except for Newark.
Right. And we will see Taze Valley next week, as our game of the week will be Taze Valley at Bloom Carroll. So we'll get a look at
Number 11, Owen O'Brien.
couple of
kickoff for the Panthers.
former rivals in the Mid-State League Buckeye. So New Lex with the 21-0 lead will kick it away. Soleil and Ruff back deep to receive.
I can't either.
It'll be a short kick. It'll be taken off a bounce at the 25. Owen takes it right up the middle and gets up across the 35-yard line to about the 37.
For the Falcons. Owen was tackled by number 22, Tanner Thomas.
So back on offense come the Falcons.
Falcons will take over at the 36-yard line. First and 10 for Fairfield Union.
Like I said, you just got to settle down and do what you do and do it well.
We mentioned this is the 21st year in a row, minus the COVID year, that these two teams have opened up the season. And really, it's kind of been in spurts as far as,
Right.
you know, you don't see a win then a loss, a win then a loss. It's a team will win 4 or 5 in a row, then the other team wins 4 or 5 in a row.
It's very interesting,
Yeah.
actually.
High snap. Clark is able to pull it in and give it to Ruff around the right side, and he'll get across the 40
Carry for the
to
Falcons.
about the 41.
Tackled by number 28, Nicholas.
Honestly, this is what, you know, they want to do. They want to run the football, get 4 or 5 yards.
Gain, the ball will be
And there's nothing wrong with that, Jared, but you got to take care of the football. You
Yeah.
cannot put it on the ground.
Almost feel like you have to score here on this possession before halftime. Maybe get another shot before halftime. Here comes Soleil around the near side. Again, big pursuit and pressure to the football.
Isaiah
Tanner
Slade
Toth
carry
led the
for
way
Falcons.
for
Well,
the Panthers.
Yeah, and a very, very good job, Jared, by Miles Wilson out here on the outside. He turned that back in.
Yeah.
He took on the blocker, and that allowed the pursuit then to get to the ball carrier. Outstanding effort.
Well, it's interesting that, you know, one of Coach Board's key concerns was defensive line play. They look pretty good now.
They've had a very, very good quarter and a few minutes here. So
yeah. I think if you ask him after this week, he'll be very pleased with what he has seen, at least so far. Here's a pitch out to Soleil. He's got the first down and more across midfield. A good little run there on the
Yes.
pitch out.
good timing.
Falcons, first down.
Yeah, they're going to have to get Soleil on the perimeter somewhat because of his speed.
By number 18, Tyson Spicer.
Somehow, As you can see right there, he can outrun people.
Oh, absolutely. So they spotted it at the 50, 1st and 10.
That's not a huddle, is it?
I don't think so.
It's just different than, the old days.
Splitting
It doesn't
out.
matter as long as they get the message.
Jake Barr splits down to the near side. Oh, no, this one, the snap goes over Clark's head. It almost did earlier, and he was able to haul it in. This time he can't.
It's like 16 yards.
Wow.
Falcons line 4, Hunter Clark.
15. Good job by Hunter just getting on it.
Absolutely.
Ball will be placed on the Falcons.
2nd down and 25
Down and 25
for the Falcons. He's got a good arm. Maybe we'll get a chance to see it here on one of these next 2 plays. Soleil in motion. He'll take the pitch out from Clark. Soleil trying to get to the outside. And again, good job by New Lex's defense. Bentley Hansen makes a stop.
That's outstanding defense.
No gain.
Now, Bentley's played in the secondary for 4 years, so he should be able to come up and recognize that and make those plays.
Down and 25 for the Falcons.
Third and 25. Clock rolls at 8:33 to play here in this first half. Panthers up 21-0 on the Falcons. Clark hands it off. Rough up the middle, and not much there.
He was
Rough and carry for the Falcons.
he was met immediately by Paul Stenson. Paul just came in and filled that gap there.
Brings up 4th down for Fairfield Union.
Got an updated score on that Byrne Union game. Newcomerstown leads them 21-0 in the first quarter. Lancaster's up to a 19-0 lead over Akron North. So 4th down and 24. Rough back to punt, stands at his 25-yard line. Good snap. This time a much better punt. Bounces at the 32, then takes a Fairfield Union bounce inside the 30. And it will be down right about the 29-yard line.
Gained 35 yards on that, Jared. Not too bad.
Owen Ruff's punt is down at the 28-yard line.
So Isaiah Stevens will bring his offense back out with a 21-0 lead. We've seen quite a bit of a variation of plays from New Lex so far tonight, and they've all worked.
Well, it's a very experienced team. I mean, Coach Board said they only ever had to replace like 8 guys.
Yeah, I think so.
Offense and defense. I mean, that's not usual.
Stevens looks to the sideline. Looking to pass. Has a man down the middle of the field. It's complete to Bentley Hansen. And Hansen, it's a foot race to the end zone. Owen Ruff, the only one that can catch him, and he won't do it. Bentley Hansen into the end zone for the touchdown.
72 yards, Jared.
Number 10, Bentley Hansen for New Lexington for a touchdown.
Makes it 27-0. Watch this replay.
He just made one miss and outran the rest.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm
not sure Stevens has an incomplete pass tonight. Does he?
I can't remember.
Tristan Barrowman on to kick the extra point. And it is up, and it is good to make it 28-0 with 7:10 to play here in the first half. So look over at the New Lex side. They brought a nice crowd down here to Falcon Country. Of course, the Fairfield Union side, as always, full, and it will be all season. Tim, some local flavor on that New Lex coaching staff, a neighbor of ours around our neighborhood.
Yeah, Chad Cook. He's like the co-offensive with Coach Board, runs the offense, coaches the receivers. He's our neighbor there. And
I guess you could say he kind of lives between us.
Yeah, between.
If we make a straight line
On
from
the
my
hill,
house to yours,
yeah.
yeah, he's kind of between us.
If I start rolling down the hill, I could land there. You know.
And of course, superintendent at New Lex is Casey Coffey, which was a head football coach of his own at Reedsville Eastern High School.
Yeah, coached at Lancaster High School.
Yeah.
Under Coach Carpenter.
Actually, years ago when I was doing when I did radio down in Meigs County, Casey was a guest every week on my coach's show when he coached at Eastern.
That's
so,
great.
Yeah.
No, they've had some good things going on, you know, positively for them in the district. Not, you know, in a lot of areas, but athletically, I mean, the basketball team's won 20 games the last 2 years in a row. Lost in the district finals last year. The football teams, as you can see, is well-trained and well-schooled. Baseball team had success. So
Volleyball went pretty far too, didn't it?
Or
was it girls basketball?
I don't remember. On the girls' side, I can't honestly answer
their
that.
volleyball program did pretty well last year. Good return here for
I think you're
Soleil.
correct. Yeah.
Out to about the 40-yard line.
I mean, that's good field position.
Yes, it is.
You got to make something of it, though. You got 7 minutes to end on a positive note here at the half, and you know the greatest thing you can teach in sports is you got to move on.
Yeah.
It's a life skill, but
Well, I mean, you could cut this deficit in half in this drive and the first drive of the second half.
Yeah.
They get the ball to start the second half. If you could score here, score to start the next half, it's a new ball game.
you can't look at the scoreboard right now. You just got to play each play.
Clark looking to pass, rolling out, complete over on the far side.
He's got to catch.
That's a great catch near midfield.
Hunter Clark's pass is complete.
Was that Soleil or was that might have been Zach Berry on the reception? Yeah.
Yep. Watch here.
9-yard gain.
Watch Clark roll. Get set on the run here. Put it in a small window.
Great job by Berry to not only catch it but get a foot in with pressure on him. Second down and 1 for the Falcons. It's Jake Barr splitting out to the near side. Another high snap goes over Clark's head. This time it bounces right back to him, but he's going to be brought down all the way back at the 36-yard line. So it goes from 2nd and 1 to 3rd and 13.
Yeah, that's twice.
3rd and 13 for the Falcons.
There's just nothing Hunter can do with that.
Ball's on the 37
So
yard
3rd
line.
down and 13. Clock rolls at 6:20 to play in the first half. Clark, straight drop, looking to pass, has some guys out there, fires one deep down the field, a beautiful pass, but just overthrows his receivers. Good coverage downfield as well, really nobody open.
Again, they have an experienced defensive backfield, and it's going to be tough to get those things.
Yep.
4th down and 13 for the Falcons.
So the Falcons forced to punt it away. Owen Ruff to punt it. And back for New Lexington is number 18. That's Tyson Spicer.
You got the one touchdown here
Yep.
earlier.
High punt. Spicer calls for the fair catch, and we'll take it at the 28-yard line.
Number 18, Tyson Spicer.
34 yards again, Jared. So, you know, pretty much getting 34, 35 yards. Now you got to get a stop somehow.
Yep. Bloom Carroll now leads Chillicothe 17-0. That one still listed in first quarter. Heath leads Liberty Union 14-0. Grove City leads Taze Valley 21-0. We're going to be seeing Taze Valley next week at Bloom Carroll. Stevens, look at the pass, has some pressure, gets away from it, and throw it out there. I think that one was just either, hey, you're either going to catch it or it's just going to be an incomplete pass.
And I think with the number of turnovers that Isaiah had, interceptions last year, that's what he's got to do.
Yeah, that was a
Jared.
good decision, yeah.
You know, sometimes an incompletion is the best thing you do.
Yeah. It's almost like I'm going to throw this where, you know,
Yeah.
if you're going to catch it, it's going to have to be a great catch, or it's just going to be an incomplete.
Yeah. Yeah, live to play the next play.
Yep.
But, you know, good players will take risks. And at any level, any sport.
Got a false start coming up.
False start.
False start on the
Offense.
5-yard penalty.
Somebody must have flinched on that offensive line. Backs him up, 2nd down and 15.
Here we go.
We've seen this earlier.
Down 15 for the Panthers. 23.
And a timeout going to be called by Fairfield Union. The last time we saw it was on the goal line on a 2-point conversion. And Coach Clark says, nah, not this time.
Hey, as a reminder, you can find live and past games on our YouTube channel. Just search for CLN, your hometown connection, on YouTube to find games and other local programming. While you're there, make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any action. Also, if you're on Facebook and X, which was once Twitter, check us out on those social media platforms as well. Just search for Interphase Video Productions.
0-0 Pickerington North and St. Ed's. Checking some other scores. Licking Valley leads Sheridan 14-0 in the second quarter. Philo leading Athens 14-7. In the Mid-State League Buckeyes, Circleville leads Warren 20-7 in the second quarter. So out of the timeout, it's 2nd down and 15 for the Panthers. Stevens will have Kellogg to his right with twin receivers to each side. Stevens looking to pass. Nice catch, hauled in by Owen O'Brien up across the 30 to the 33-yard line, 32-yard line. Brings up a more manageable 3rd down at 3rd and 6.
I mean, how many different receivers have caught passes tonight?
Yeah.
That's tough, too.
That's a lot, yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
About 8 o'clock, we're heading out. What time is it? 10 till.
Clock rolls at 5:17 as Stevens takes a snap, hands it to Kellogg.
Then we'll be good.
And that second effort there got him the first down. I think he was wrapped up just shy of the first down marker, but kept his feet moving and got the first down across the 40.
Yeah, what a great effort. Yeah, watch this here. There's
Right
contact.
there looks like he's going to be stopped.
There's contact at the 35, and
Yeah.
he's got 3 people on him at the 38 and gets to the 41, Jared.
He's not a big guy, 5'8", 175, but it doesn't matter if you keep your feet moving.
Yep.
This time he tripped up and brought down after a short gain, 2nd down and 9.
He's brought down by number 8, Zach Berry for the Falcons. On a 1-yard
Zach
gain.
Berry makes a stop. That's several times we've heard his name called on
Lexington 42.
the defensive side. He also made that great catch over on the sideline for the Falcons earlier. Stevens back to pass. Gets away from the pressure. Good catch out near the 50. That's Kellogg.
I tell you, Isaiah Stevens did a great job of just keeping his head up and looking. But you know, you have to
Keeps his
have
composure so well.
He does, and you have to have those drills where you have scramble drills, and the receivers got to keep moving, and,
Yeah.
and he's got to know where they're coming from.
3rd down and 2 at the 49. Stevens just going to take it himself. Dancing his way forward. A flag comes in. That might be a hold as he misses or switches direction.
It's going to be nullified.
Yeah, I think it is going to come back.
Isaiah Stevens with the carry for the Panthers, but there's flag on the
Great effort by Isaiah Stevens.
Holding. Number 72 offense. Repeat, 3rd down.
Holding is the penalty on the Panthers.
So third down
It's a 10-yard penalty.
and 12 coming up.
Third down and 12.
You can't watch here on the replay, but you can't hide when they announce your number, Jared. That's when you want your number changed.
Be right around the Lexington 39-yard.
Yeah, he kind of got a hold of his arm there.
Yeah.
If you go back and watch right here. Right here.
Yeah, he's got him hooked.
Yeah, you got to let him go.
Yeah.
You got to let him go. But that's why big plays happen sometimes,
Right.
Jared.
Yep. Stevens again pressure, just has to dump it off. And this time Bentley Hansen going to try to do the rest with his feet and gets out to about the 47. And it will bring up a fourth down and 4.
I think they're going to go for it. Why not?
Yeah. Mark Wood made the stop for the Falcons. 4th and 4. 3:29 and counting here in the second quarter. Stevens backed up a little deeper on the shotgun and just to kick it away. And we'll get it down to about the 21-yard line.
Good play.
So Fairfield Union still with a chance to get a score on the board before halftime. And then, as I mentioned earlier, they do get the ball back to start the second half.
Yeah, as much as we've bragged about their offense, but New Lexington's defense has been really pursued.
Yes, it has.
They have really chased down the ball. They got hats on the football, had a turnover. I mean, they've played really well this half.
So 1st and 10 Falcons. With 3:08 to play in the first half. It's a pitch out to Soleil, trying to get to the outside. He's going to be wrapped up in the backfield. Leading the tackling that time was number 3, Miles Wilson.
Yeah, Miles had a good game defensively here.
Yes, he has.
Second down and 13. Ball on the 18.
Falcons will break the huddle with 2:32 to play in the first half. Clark with both Ruff and Soleil behind him. He's going to hand it off to Ruff. First man through. Good run there on second and long. Gets out to the 25. Much more manageable third down here than what it would have been.
Yeah, get 7 yards. You'll take that on a little inside handoff.
Yeah.
Ball will be about on the 25-yard line. 3rd and 6.
Clark with the hard snap count, trying to draw New Lex off. We'll snap it and hand it to Ruff, and he is met immediately.
No chance.
And New Lexington will call timeout. Why wouldn't you right here with 4th down? Chance to
hey, you're still in the first half.
And you're going to get good field position.
Yes. I mean, what have we said the distance has been on the punts? 35 yards.
Right.
So we're talking midfield roughly. No, if you're in the first half, Jared, it's all out play.
Let's go back to some of those rule changes, Tim. We mentioned the soft shell covers, and one of the emphasis on that was if it's tugged at, like if it comes loose or somebody grabs it to try to make a tackle, it's going to be called like a face mask.
Yeah, if you go inside the soft shell helmet, that's going to be considered, a helmet fraction and be marked like a face mask.
Right. You see there on the right side some other points of emphasis. We mentioned the knees must be covered with the knee pads. Targeting defenseless receivers, crack back blocks. It's going to be a personal foul or an ejection.
Ejection if they think it's just flagrant. How's it not? I don't know, but they really want to go away from ejecting kids. And I get that.
Yeah. Below the waist blocks are really going to crack down on that. And then sportsmanship. They want the officials to make sure they pay attention to that early in the game.
Yes.
Get it under control right away. Ruff back to punt it away. End over end low kick. Takes a Fairfield Union bounce, but it's going to be returnable right up the middle of the field. I think that was Kellogg. I have to check. Nope. It was 42. Panthers. New and at the in the first half, New Lex still. It's back put out there, and it's caught, and it's going to be pitched down into the breadbasket of Bentley Hansen. That was nice.
That's
Number 10, Bentley.
yeah, speed. It's just tough.
I mean, Hansen beat. And how about the pass? Just so Barrow gone. Out of the hold of Lane Ratliff. Kick is up, and it's good. So with 1:08 to play in the first half, New Lexington up 35-0 on Fairfield Union.
We did not expect this at all.
No, I'm shocked, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I am. And actually talking to both coaches this week, I think they expected a tussle.
Yeah.
And, give New Lex credit. They've hit big plays. They've really been unstoppable offensively.
Yep.
And their defense, like I said, they have just swarmed.
Yeah. I've been very impressed just as much with the defense as I have been the offense.
Well, I think they've basically won the line of scrimmage, and that's the key to the ballgame.
Yeah.
Fairfield Union was very experienced last season at the line of scrimmage and did a great job. And they're trying to retool that, but obviously they've got some work to do.
I want to remind you, stick around for the halftime show. We'll have the halftime band show. It'll be brought to you by the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Crematory and Monuments, family owned and operated since 1889. Check them out at funeralhome.com. The Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, respect for tradition, regard for change. And also brought to you by Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do too. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. That's the halftime band show. Be coming up in just a little over 1 minute. You'll see the Marching Falcons. First opportunity to see them this year. O'Brien to kick it away for New Lexington. It'll be taken over on the far side by Soleil. Soleil comes to the middle of the field, gets across the 30 to the 32. One thing that Fairfield Union has done well is their return game has been pretty good.
Been really good.
They've had good field position.
I mean, when you're
out
at the
across
35
the 30
to
almost
40,
every time, yeah.
I agree.
So 1st and 10 at the 30, it's like the 32-yard line. Clark will work out of that shotgun again. This time, Ruff will be to his left. 2 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. Clark rolling to the near side, has pressure, and just throws it away. Good decision by Hunter Clark. But again, the pressure put on by Paul Stinson.
Yeah, New Lex's defense has been really active, aggressive, all the things you'd want.
Yeah.
Especially on the front line there. What a beautiful evening, though, actually.
You couldn't ask for a better night.
I mean, the sun sets here. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Yep.
They have a great campus here.
Absolutely.
Done a great job with it. And, we always feel fortunate to get a do game here.
Clark keeps it himself and going to be wrapped up in the backfield.
Stenson again.
Wow.
Hunter Clark, tackle.
Let's give some kudos to the folks out here at Fairfield Union. Of course, Superintendent Chad Belleville. Matt McPhail, the principal. Of course, he met us right away when we stepped into the press box, along with Assistant Principal Travis Schaefer, who also, I believe, still helps coach football.
Yes, he does.
Along with coaching boys basketball.
2 will be 3rd and 12.
Athletic Director Scott Harris. Not too many times you go to a high school venue and they have you set up like they do here. Gave us a media guide pretty much, a binder, and they know how to do it here in Falcon Country. 3rd and 12. Clark to pass. Lofts one up to the sideline. Just throws it away because, again, he just had pressure and nobody open.
Fourth and 12 for the Falcons from the 29.
Yeah, just 10 seconds to go here. Just don't want to do anything too crazy.
Right. The crazy thing is that it took less than 10 seconds for New Lex to score that last touchdown.
Well, when you're throwing to Hanson sprinting down the field on a post pattern, it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
You know.
So rough to punt it away. High snap goes over his head. Going to roll inside the 10, and he's going to fall on it at the 4 with 6 seconds to play in the first half.
Ruff recovers the snap.
I know it's a lot to ask of a high schooler, but at that right there, you almost would rather see him just kick it through the back of the end zone, or run it through the back of the end zone for a safety.
Well,
for 2 points.
They've got one down to stop them
Yeah.
here. You know.
Possibly 2 if they could pass it a couple times. So 6 seconds to play in the first half. Stevens breaks the huddle. This time they'll line up everybody a little bit closer to him.
Yes.
We saw this play earlier with Ratliff coming to the quarterback. He fakes the pitch to Stevens, and he's going to be wrapped up at the 10-yard line. Good job by the Falcon defense.
Yes.
To not allow another score there at the end of the half. I believe that was Barry, Zach Barry again on this stop for the Falcons. But the first half ends with New Lex putting up 35 points in the first half. They lead it 35-0 over Fairfield Union. We're going to take a quick timeout. We come back, we'll have the first half, the halftime band show, brought to you by Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Fairfield Federal on the high school football game of the week.
Interface Video presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Game of the Week. Brought to you by Dagger Long, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Buckeye Toyota, Fairfield Medical Center, Buckeye Lake Marina, Personal Touch Party Rentals, Fairfield DD, North Body Shop, Fairfield County Adam H., The Carriage Company, The Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, and ExploreHawkingHills.com.
Dagger Law has more than 110 years of experience in nearly every aspect of the law. When we're not just helping clients, we're helping the community. You'll see us at festivals, sporting events, and around town because we live and work here too. We are your neighbors, and we want to help you when you need it. When we help each other, we're stronger. Our community is stronger. Creating a strong, vibrant, healthy, and safe community is everyone's responsibility, and we take the responsibility seriously. We are local, we are trusted, we are experienced.
Hello, I'm Ken Culver with the Lancaster Playhouse. Lancaster Playhouse is dedicated to the theater arts and strives to create an experience that will entertain, inspire, and challenge our audiences, actors, and volunteers. As a nonprofit, we really count on local support. That's why we are once again so excited to be chosen as one of the Buckeye Cares recipients. This month, Buckeye will make a generous donation with every car they sell, and we couldn't be more grateful. Thank you, Buckeye, for your support.
If you've been thinking about getting a home loan, now is the time. Hi, this is Carrie James from Fairfield Federal. Our experienced lenders are here to help you make your vision a reality. For more than 125 years, we've been helping our community achieve home ownership. Fairfield Federal has convenient online application for your home loan, home equity loan, and home equity line of credit needs. Visit fairfieldfederal.com to get started. Fairfield Federal for checking, savings, and home loans. Data charges may apply, subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 402612.
Greetings from Fairfield DD. As we embrace the back-to-school season, we welcome the arrival of autumn and our cherished fall customs. Join us for Football Friday nights and the county fair. While you revel in the colorful season, let's also reflect on the positive changes we aspire to witness. At Fairfield DD, our goal is to foster a vibrant community where individuals lead lives of greater independence and make meaningful contributions. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram to discover more about our unwavering commitment to the community.
Hi, I'm Carol Whittington, and I would like to invite you to stop by Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, located at 1540 Hubbard Drive in Lancaster. We are a small family-owned business and have been servicing the Central Ohio and Hocking Hills area since 2003. Graduations with a personal touch, weddings with a personal touch, corporate events with a personal touch. Please call us today for all your party rental needs, 740-689-6991.
Fairfield Medical Center is more than a hospital. We're a health system that's been putting people first for more than a century. From the youngest patients to the eldest, our compassionate team of caregivers are here to support you through every season of life. We are healers, cheerleaders, patient advocates, and champions. Your health is our greatest accomplishment, and we are proud to serve you. Whatever you're searching for, you can find it at Fairfield Medical Center.
How much can you afford to spend on a home? That's a good question. I'm Desi DeJohn, Assistant Vice President and Mortgage Loan Officer at the Savings Bank in Lancaster. It's important to know how much you can afford before you contact a real estate agent. Factors such as income, credit score, debt, and down payment can help determine how much a bank can lend you to buy a home. Getting pre-qualified is the best way to find out how much you can afford to spend on a home. You can apply to pre-qualify online anytime at thesavingsbankohio.bank.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
What I like about my job as a prevention supervisor is I'm able to help train our staff along with working with our schools and building those relationships within our school districts in Fairfield County. And then also I like that in my position I'm able to hire interns that are going into the social work field so they have that opportunity to step into the field before just starting their degree right off the bat.
This job really gave me a chance to work on some of the bigger systems issues. So making sure that we're an equitable system, that we treat everybody fairly. So people of color, people who have experienced trauma, people who have been through poverty, LGBTQ youth. So it's been really good for me because I've gotten to work not just with individuals, but also working on some of those bigger systems within our county and throughout our state.
I am driven by my belief that every individual deserves an opportunity to achieve mental and emotional balance, and I'm very passionate about contributing to that process.
I like the people that I work with and that I meet every day. I often feel that I am meeting these really driven people who want to make a difference in their community, and it's very inspiring to me.
Community, connections, collaboration. The Fairfield County Way.
Swing into the Carriage Company and check out our sweet deals.
If you're looking for the best selection of clean, quality used vehicles, look no further than the Carriage Company. You'll feel secure with your purchase, knowing all vehicles undergo an extensive safety and service check prior to the sale. And all vehicles can be viewed online at carriagecompany.com. The Carriage Company, located at 1031 North Memorial Drive in Lancaster.
Sweet! Introducing the Queen Show! Victory and triumph. We are the champions. Don't stop us now as we close out with the Queen Classic.
welcome to the high school football game of the week. I'm Jared Stewart alongside Tim Shoemaker. Tonight we've got a great one for you. The Bloom Carroll Bulldogs.
Yeah, those great week of practice. Even in the rain and the weather, we had a great week of practice.
Schneider, lots of running room to midfield. He's gone. Ron Schneider down the near sideline for a touchdown for the Aces.
We have a hold on the offense, number 20. That penalty will be declined. They'll bring up fourth down.
We're going to give you this game ball here because you're a Tiberios fan of the game, and thanks for being here, Jacob.
Thank you. The Polar Bears are your OAC tournament champions, first time since 2009. What an exciting finish for the Ohio Northern Polar Bears.
And be very proud of this trophy because you've earned it.
Interface Video presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Game of the Week. Brought to you by Dagger Law, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Buckeye Toyota, Fairfield Medical Center, Buckeye Lake Marina, Personal Touch Party Rentals, Fairfield DD, North Body Shop, Fairfield County Adam H., The Carriage Company, The Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, and ExploreHawkingHills.com.
Welcome back to Fairfield Union High School. What a beautiful night it is for high school football. Hope you enjoyed the halftime band show. The Marching Falcons playing their Queen show tonight. Look at that sky. About the only nice thing if you're a Fairfield Union football fan right now that to look at so far on the football field. It's been a struggle and really kind of a surprise shoe. New Lexington had just were clicking on all cylinders on all sides of the football.
They have, and you got to give credit to them. I don't think either coach really thought this was the way it was going to be. But, you know, you come out and you play that first week, you don't really know what you have per se. Even if you have some players back, you've always got to replace a lot of things. So it's always new. Well, I think the thing for the Falcons, what they've got to do this half is they got to come out and show themselves that, hey, you can't worry about the scoreboard or whatever it is. You may not, you know, your chances of winning the game are probably pretty slim, being down 35 points. but you can play better. And
Yep.
I think one of the great teachers in athletics, Jared, is that you have to move on.
Yeah.
Within, in a bat in baseball, you got to move on from a bad swing, missed shot in basketball, and in football here, you're down 35-0. You got to move to the next thing and execute a little bit here.
And here's a good start to the second half as the return taken out to about the 41-yard line. And, you hear it said in many different ways. Turn the page, change the channel, flush it. But really, I mean, you're right. That's what Fairfield Union needs to do right now.
Yeah, you just got to play ahead. I mean, I think it's one of the greatest things you can do when you look there. I remember, honestly, having a situation where I once said to kids, listen, we're not going to win this game, but we got to win the next 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's what you
break it down.
You do. You have to shorten it, Jared. And I know in your sport, it comes down to winning an inning sometimes.
Yeah, you're right. Winning a pitch.
Yeah. That's simple.
1st and 10. Clark will send the man in motion. Fakes the handoff to Ruff. Keeps it himself. Dumps it out. It's caught by Chase Harmon. And Harmon getting up near the 50-yard line. Good positive play there on 1st down for the Falcons.
Yeah, come out and throw the 1st down. Just something a little different. Watch here.
And the Dagger Law replay. There it is.
Yeah, here you go.
Clark did a really good job.
Getting a lot of pressure, man.
Yeah.
Found the receiver, though. Very positive play, Jared.
2nd down and 3 for the Falcons. Hand off to Ruff up the middle. Ruff has a couple of yards up near the 49 is where he needs to get to. He got to the 50, so it'll be 3rd and 1.
For the Panthers with the tackle. 2-yard gain brings it down to 3rd down and 1. Ball's on the 50-yard line.
Clark will get the play from the sideline. Like you mentioned earlier, not really a huddle. They kind of just stand in a line so they all can see it.
Double wing backs here.
Clark keeps it himself, and he didn't get it. Wow.
No.
What a push by that defensive line of New Lexington.
I tell you, New Lex's defensive line has actually just controlled the game, Jared.
Yeah.
They really have. Fairfield Union has not been able to put anything together.
Paul Stinson again was in there.
Yeah, they've had a great effort on their D-line.
So 4th and 1 for the Falcons. See what they do here this time. Clark out of the shotgun, rolls to the left. Pass is tipped and incomplete, and New Lex will take over at midfield. So good defensive stand on what looked like was going to be a good drive by Fairfield Union.
Yeah, just not putting it all together here. Here you see him rolling left. Hunter's got to get his shoulders turned. He did.
And I don't know who that was out there. I want to see that again. I think it was number 3 for New Lex. That's Miles Wilson, because Clark, he's looking. Do I have? Can I make it on the run? But Miles Wilson was closing fast.
Miles Wilson has played really good off the edge for the Panthers on defense.
See, watch him here. Clark's like, nah, I don't think I. And Wilson did a really good job. 1st and 10, New Lexington.
The Panthers, 50-yard line.
Stevens will hand it off to Kellogg right at midfield, and again stood up. But Kellogg keeps those feet moving to get 1 yard. Stop for the Falcons made by 55. That's Keegan Arnett.
Well, the thing they've got to do is they got to really get themselves defensively in the mode of stopping.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds ridiculously simple, but it's been hard to do because New Lex has multiple weapons.
Yeah, they do.
They do. And they're good offensively.
We've got a whistle. A false start on New Lexington.
Snap infraction. Offense.
False start penalty on New Lexington.
Overall, it's as far as penalties go, I think 2 on New Lex is all we've seen, and maybe 1 on Fairfield Union. It's been a pretty clean game.
Yeah, it's been very minimal.
Penalties, and really we had the 1 turnover by Fairfield Union, but it's just been clean in that aspect. But boy, just domination by New Lex. Stevens pitches it out to Kellogg. Kellogg gets back to the original line of scrimmage at midfield.
Yeah, that's a nice run, really, because he had to get through a lot of traffic to get those yards.
Yep.
Does a great job of cutting back there, Jared, off that quick toss.
Brings up a 3rd and 5 here.
3rd down and 10. Ball's back on the 50-yard line. It is 3rd down.
Stevens with an empty backfield. 4 receivers out to the right side. Throws to the 1 on the near side. Oh, look at that. It's a pitch back to number 7. That's Talon Schwindeman. And Schwindeman takes it to the end zone for the touchdown. Runs into the official as he goes in.
Hook and ladder.
Wow. Here's the replay.
Watch this. Here's the hook, and here comes the ladder.
We have seen a lot of plays, and most of them have worked for New Lex.
They're big plays, too.
Yes.
Whoa.
Wow. So Barrowman will come back on to kick the extra point.
Barrowman back for the extra point attempt for New Lexington.
Took the hit, got right back up, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Keep in mind, it is a running clock in the second half. When the score gets to 30, or the deficit gets to 30.
This is good for New Lexington.
And 42-0 is what the score is right now. Hey, I want to say thanks to our Interface Video Productions crew tonight on game number 1 of the 2024 high school football season. Josh Messerly is our producer-director. Also down in the truck, Donnie Ziegfeld on graphics and replays, and Dylan Panchel joining us as well down on the truck. On cameras, there's Jason Roush. He's our mid-level camera. Down on the field, Tom Russo. And I believe he's shooting up at Jim Spires right there, up high in the stadium here at Fairfield Union.
We're going to name that corner of the stadium Jim Spires Corner.
Right.
You know how many times he's been in that corner for games out here? Over 30 years.
I bet.
Yeah.
Falcons set to receive.
Probably all the local stadiums. We could have a seat with a plaque on it just for him.
It would be perfect.
New Lex will kick it away. After this kick, get some updated scores. Interesting score up in Pickerington. Harvest Prep deciding to play Pickerington Central in week number 1. The last few years they played Bloom Carroll, had some close ball games, but have come out on top in those, and decided this year to go to Pickerington. I'll tell you about that one in just a minute after this kick. Low line drive kick. Caught at the 15 and taken up to the middle of the field. That's Soleil. Soleil, again, a good return. I tell you what, Shu, in a game like this, or really any game, you're looking for positive things to build on. And I again say their return game has been really good tonight.
Yes, they have, and Soleil's been a big part of that.
Yep. So right now up at Pickerington Central, Harvest Prep trails at halftime 14-12. They had a lead earlier in the game, but Pick Central came back and now leads by just 2 at their brand new field at Pickerington Central. Turf field out by the high school. They no longer play at Victory Park. And Harvest Prep trying to play spoiler on that new field.
Yeah,
and
timeout.
Got a timeout on the field. Tell you about some other scores. Pickerington North trails St. Ed 14-0. The Meigs Marauders, who will be coming here to Fairfield Union next week at halftime, leads Gallia Academy 14-12. It is Newcomerstown 35-0 over Bern Union at halftime. Lancaster leads Akron North 38-0 at halftime. Bloom Carroll all over Chillicothe 31-0 at halftime. It's New London over Millersport 22-6 at halftime. Amanda Clear Creek holds on to a close lead, 10-7 over Lyndon McKinley at the half. Heath all over Liberty Union, 37-0 also at halftime. So Shoe, tough night for some local teams, but some other teams getting it done on week number 1. Groveport Madison, how about this one? 22-0 at half over Hilliard Bradley.
Wow. Coach Westcamp's team probably ready to go.
Yeah. Licking Valley still leads Sheridan 14-0. That one in the third, and we've got a loose football on the field. New Lex says they have it. And no, the officials say it's going to be second down. So second down and 14.
Ball is placed on the 32-yard line. Fairfield Union. Second and 13 for the Falcons.
Clock down inside of 6 minutes here in this third quarter. Clark fakes a handoff, passes it out, caught by Harmon. Harmon trying to get out to the 40, gets brought down right about the 39-yard line.
Yeah, that was a good throw.
Yep.
Tackled by number 18, Tyson Spicer for the Panthers. Third and 7 with the ball on the 39-yard line.
Third down and 7 for Fairfield Union. Clark with 2 runners with him. High snap again, but Clark's able to jump up and get it. Pitch it out to Soleil. Soleil, man, just swarmed under 4 white jerseys out there. He had nowhere to go.
Yeah, you know, what they've gotten in their defense, Jared, is not only is their effort really good, but they have some quickness in their defense.
Yeah.
Their linebackers and their defensive back, they get to the ball, Jared. They really pursue the football good and you know, put the backs on the ground.
So 4th and 10. Falcons will punt it away. Back deep for New Lexington is Tyson Spicer, I believe. Yeah, it's 18. Rough to punt it away. Low line drive, end over end kick, takes a Fairfield Union bounce. Still bouncing inside the 20, and will be down at the 18-yard line.
Down close to the 18.
About 46-yard nets on that punt. That's good.
We do have a flag back up here at the 47.
The Panthers will take over 1st and 10.
Here's from our official what that is. Or at the 42-yard line, rather, not the 47.
Daring the kick. Holding.
The flag on the field.
Defense.
Holding against New Lexington.
So New Lexington called for the hold. That'll back him up a little further. This might be the worst. I think this is the worst starting field position New Lex has had all night.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That 10-yard penalty will take him back.
I mean, as a coach, you don't want to see that, but with a 42-0 lead, you know, it's a chance for you to work on some offense when you're pinned against the wall.
Yeah, I would venture to say after they play, you know, the end of this quarter, you're going to see some substitutes in the game and those things. But you let them play 3 quarters. I mean, they've got to get prepared somehow to play a 4-quarter game because it's going to happen.
Right. Clock down inside 2.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Stevens sends a man in motion. Hands it off. And wrapped up right about the 6-yard line, leading the charge. Once again, 55, Keegan Arnett. I believe he was the first man to hit him.
Number 13, Carson Kellogg.
Kellogg on the carry.
Panthers swallowed up by a bunch of Falcons.
They've really hurt him on big plays. You know, getting out in space and creating.
Stevens back to pass, has pressure, and just throws it away as he was about to get sacked in the end zone.
Yeah, trying to run a little middle screen there, and Fairfield Union did a nice job of getting pressure on him, making him throw it early.
third and 10 for New Lexington.
So third down and 10.
10-yard line.
Backed up at the, it's like about the 8-yard line. More, actually closer to the 7.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Three receivers to the right, one to the left, one to the side. Stevens steps up, eludes the pressure, fires one out, complete. What a move, but a good job to hang on by the Falcon defender out there. I believe that was Soleil on the tackle.
Yeah, really good open field tackle.
Carson Kellogg with the reception. Number 3
Brings up a 4th down and 4.
4th down and 4 for the Panthers from their own 16.
They're lined up to go for it.
Well, he's the
punter. We saw
punter.
this earlier. He backed up a little bit further and punted it away.
Yeah, I don't think go for it from there.
It's a pretty good kick for how short he was behind the center. Going to roll dead at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, 47 yards. You'll take that.
7-yard line for Fairfield Union. First and 10 for the Falcons.
That's where the Falcons will take over with 12 seconds to play in the third quarter. Coming up at the quarter break, we're going to take a look at the schedules, the remaining schedules for both these teams. Of course, both of them play some tough league and non-league competition.
They do.
We'll see that here momentarily. First and 10 for the Falcons. Most likely will be the last play of the quarter. Clark under center this time. Hands it off, and it's lost. Soleil lost it. It's picked up and going to be taken in for a touchdown by number 18 for the New Lexington Panthers, Tyson Spicer.
Now let's see what the penalty is. Oh,
Is there a
somebody's
penalty, or
hurt.
is there just?
Looks like cramp.
I think that's just the beanbag marker for the.
Okay, fumble.
Yeah. This looked like it looked like Soleil just never had the handle on it. It's a bad exchange from quarterback to running back.
Yeah, they've had a lot of ball handling mistakes tonight, Jared, we should say.
Yeah, there it was, and it was surprising how long that ball stayed on the field before Spicer picked it up and ran it in. So the quarter will end on that play right there with Spicer taking the fumble in for the touchdown, leading it 48-0. And Tim, let's take a look at those schedules upcoming for both of these teams.
Well, you see the Panthers, they host Philo next week. And Philo's expected to have a better team. I'm not sure how their game with Athens is right now.
I'll check that out while you
And then,
go through
as
here.
you see, they play Morgan. West Muskingum had a heck of a year last year. And then you got the Scotties of Tri-Valley on the 20th. So they've got the challenge ahead of them here for the next 4 weeks.
He's back on his feet. Let's hear it for Isaiah Soleil.
Looking for that Philo and Athens score. I had it earlier.
Yeah, let's
with
check
Philo
the
up.
Falcons schedule here. There you go. They host Meigs, as you've said. Then Proctorville Fairland comes in. They're going to, they'll be tough. But I tell you, those first 3 mid-state league games, you got Hamilton, who had a heck of a year last year.
Yep.
Logan Elm was a co-champs, I believe. They go down to Logan Elm. Then you got Carroll.
Wow.
So you better get better
Right,
fast.
right.
Christian Merriman back for the extra point attempt.
And that's okay. It's good to play competition.
Yep.
You find out really what you are.
That Athens and Philo score as the kick is up and good, 14-14.
Oh.
And the last update was in the second quarter, so I'm sure that's later now, but last update was 14-14.
And with that score, Jared, let's tonight's second half scoreboard sponsor is the Buckeye Lake Marina. If you're looking for a new boat, a great pre-owned watercraft, or a place to get parts for your boat, Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. More information can be found at buckeyeLakeMarina.com.
49-0 going into the fourth quarter here at Fairfield Union. I think there's probably a lot of people at this game, really on both sides of the field, that are kind of shocked by the score.
Well, you had two teams coming in there. One was 5-5 and one was 6-4 last year, and it looked like we're going to have some kind of really battle.
Yep.
And it just, like I said, give New Lex credit. They've just been really efficient offensively, had big plays up and down the field offensively and defensively there.
Yeah.
So, give them credit. We got another quarter to play, and the thing you got to do is, again, you got to get better.
Right.
If you're not getting better, you're going to stay the same, and that's not a good thing.
Yep. So New Lex to kick it away to start the fourth quarter. Will be taken over on the far side. I believe that's a new player into the ball game for Fairfield Union, but again, a pretty good return out to the 30. So Hunter Clark will bring him back onto the field, see if they can get something going here.
Yep, just had a little productivity offensively. And some of that's attributed to, like I said, they've had some, especially ball handling things that have created that, and attribute to the New Lex defense, especially the defensive line, and then, taking people on and the people behind them just getting to the football. Very impressive.
The Falcons have a little bit of confusion. They're going to have to call a timeout here.
Timeout taken by Fairfield Union.
They had some confusion with what was going on with the play.
The Fairfield Union
So they will take the timeout.
A heartfelt thank you to all of Falcon Country Volunteers.
Remind you, coming up next week, we'll be at Bloom Carroll to see the Bulldogs, who at last check, they were leading Chillicothe pretty big. Yeah, 38-0 in the third quarter. They will take on Taze Valley, who was losing at last check to Grove City. So who knows?
No, you don't. That's why we play the games, Jared.
Yeah, that's true. But thinking about this Mid-State League, particularly the Buckeye division, since that's what we're talking about tonight with Fairfield Union. I mean, right now, obviously, it's always going to be looking at the top, Bloom Carroll, Logan Elm. Those two were the top dogs last year. But like you mentioned, Hamilton had a really good year last year.
They had a great year last year.
Owen Ruff, good carry here out across the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that's one of the few times tonight he's really gotten loose and showed his ability that he has.
Give him a first down. They've had very few first downs tonight, too.
Nah, yeah, it's just not been productive offensively at all.
Clark again with that I formation behind him. Again, this time it's Soleil, I believe, the first man through. No, it's Chase Harmon on the carry. Soleil went out with that cramp earlier, so Harmon getting some carries now.
6 yards.
We've seen him catch some passes tonight. 2nd and 4. Clark pitches it out to Ruff. Ruff, good hard carry across midfield. He's got the first down and more up to the 45.
Yeah, that's what we expected to see all night, that hard running, Sometimes it takes a little while to get your, as I say, get your feet, in cement. It takes a while. You got to figure it out as a team and as individual players. Sometimes even staff, you got to figure it out.
Clock down to 9:27 to play in the ball game. Clark hands it off to Ruff. This time, somebody got through there. 29 for New Lexington. Got through there pretty much untouched. That's Nathan Moeller, the freshman, made the tackle.
Well, if you watch, New Lex's safety is no further than 12 yards away. I mean, they know they're not going to throw it deep. So they're up in there. take a look here.
Lex with some subs in the ball game on defense.
Absolutely.
Got to like that if you're Moeller getting that tackle as a freshman in a varsity contest on week number 1, something he probably did not expect tonight.
No, from 8th grade to varsity football is a little different.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Here's Ruff again over the near side. Flag comes in, but a good run by Owen Ruff.
Yeah. Had some really good blocks out in front, Jared. I don't know what the call's going to be.
Troy saw a hold out here.
Offense number 5.
So his lead blocker doing a little bit of holding. That'll back him up.
Penalty puts the ball back on the 48. For Fairfield Union, be 2nd and 12.
Second and 12 for the Falcons. Clark under center will pitch it out. Ruff gets to the outside. Owen Ruff on the move. Another flag comes in, though, as he gets across the 30. And that one again might come back.
I think the umpire signaled holding. Maybe not.
Almost looked like illegal hands to the face, maybe?
Maybe.
During the run, hands to the face, defense.
Oh, defense.
As a result, first down.
Yep, you got it. Just it's similar to holding, but it's pushing that open hand out. Let's see, who did he say?
I don't know if he said the number, but usually you can see somebody's head snap back, and it makes it pretty obvious.
Well, that was
there
the play
came the
before.
flag right there.
Yeah, that was the play.
1st and 10 for the Falcons.
Either way, it gives the Falcons the football at the 21-yard line. Here's Ruff again. Good spin move. Gets up to about the 15. Taken down by 56. That's Sean Andrews.
Yeah, I think that's the whole defense has been substituted out.
Yeah, I think so.
And that's fine.
Yep.
You know what? You got to figure out, if you're going to add depth, you got to figure out who can play on Friday nights.
Yeah. And you want to challenge that second team defense to try
Yes.
to keep this a shutout.
Absolutely.
Give them something to fight for.
I think when I was looking through in the history of 21 years, Jared, I think there's only been 3 shutouts in this
really
whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah. Just pretty rare, really.
Yeah, it is. Ratliff pushed him out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. Close to the 10. Are they going to move the chains? No.
Well, it should have been a first down.
First and goal right at the 10. Clark gives it to Ruff. Good spin move out of the tackle.
Somebody broke through pretty quick there.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell. Was that 56?
I think so. Sean Andrews.
Yep. He came through quick.
There it
Watch
is.
here. Watch his effort coming through. Never got touched, Jared.
No, he didn't. Oh, also 78 in there. William Skidmore. So second and goal from the 8-yard line. Ruff again breaks out of a tackle that was right at the point of the handoff, and then he laid the hit at the goal line.
Yep.
Ruff in for the touchdown for the Falcons. Let's watch it again. 6 got through there in a hurry, but Ruff gets through it, and watch this hit here. Oh.
Yep. He
Just ran
delivered
over
it. Yep. That's a senior on what?
Sophomore. I believe that was Eli Dixon that took the brunt of that hit.
Welcome to Friday night.
Just a 125-pounder taking that hit, too. Ruff to kick the extra point. It is up and good. So with 4:58 to play in the ball game, Falcons are on the board.
Fairfield Union on the board.
So with 4:58 to play in the game, we'll get to our players of the game. We'll do one from each team. Let's do Fairfield Union's first, brought to you by Brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Thanks to Larry Tipton and the crew for great food, great service, and the best sports viewing in town. It's all at Buffalo Wild Wings in the Plaza Shopping Center on North Memorial Drive.
And Varsity Cheerleaders, we didn't forget about you. We were just tuning into the game. Here we go. Varsity Cheerleaders, let's recognize them. Jaden McCoy.
So Tim, what do you think on the Buffalo Wild Wings Fairfield Union player of the game?
I think Isaiah Soleil's had a really nice evening. Running the football and the offense, the returns, active defensively. I think Isaiah's had a heck of a game tonight.
I agree. Congratulations, number 2, Isaiah Soleil, Fairfield Union's player of the game, brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. The new Lexington player of the game, brought to you by Carriage Company, located at 1031 North Memorial Drive in Lancaster. Learn more at thecarriagecompany.com. So many guys got involved offensively and defensively, Shu, for New Lex. What do you think on the player of the game?
You know, when we look at this, I honestly, let's watch the return here.
That's a nice kick all the way down to the 5. And a good return to the 31-yard line by number 3, Miles Wilson.
Miles had a heck of a game, like I said.
He did.
He's been really good this evening. I mean, there's just so many guys, but I mean,
Stevens
Jared,
has been.
You got 2 people there. Stevens and Hansen both have really made their mark in the game.
And Kellogg, I mean,
yeah. But I don't know how you'd be remiss, honestly. Isaiah Stevens has totally run the offense.
I agree.
He's shown poise. He's shown smarts. Yeah, you know, number 8, Isaiah Stevens, he's just been remarkable for
I
the
agree.
Leaders.
So congratulations, number 8 quarterback Isaiah Stevens for New Lexington. He is our player of the game, brought to you by the Carriage Company. I think our camera guys are looking for him somewhere over on the sideline as a sub-quarterback is in. That is Lane Ratliff, the sophomore, also a lefty.
Like I said.
There's Isaiah Stevens.
Right over there beside Coach Board cheering on.
Tell you what, I come away from this game thoroughly impressed with Mr. Stevens and this entire New Lex team. They look good tonight. Very good, especially week number 1.
They were definitely, I don't know what's the right word, but they definitely were on task.
Yeah.
I mean, they were precise. The timing, I thought, was good, Jared, for considering a first night out.
Mm-hmm. Well prepared, that's for sure. 3rd and 1 for the Panthers. Ratliff hands it off, first down yardage and more as 2 flags come in. This is probably coming back, but a good carry by Paul Stinson. We've called his name on defense a lot tonight,
Holding.
getting a chance to run the ball.
77 offense. Repeat 3rd down.
Yeah, Paul's a good back. I think Carson, the thing he has about him, you talked about Carson Kellogg earlier, he's done a nice job, Jared. If he makes some cuts interior against the defense to create some space for himself, he does a really good job of keeping his head up.
2:28 to play and counting here in the 4th quarter with a 3rd down and 11 coming. Actually, that's 3rd down and 13.
Third down.
It says 11 on the scoreboard. That's a long 11.
Not everybody's a math guy.
Ratliff out of the shotgun. And a flag comes in.
Yeah, a little procedure.
False start. 60 White.
Like I said, when they call your number, there's no hiding.
Yeah, you're right.
It wasn't me, Coach. Sure.
That's the freshman out there getting some playing. I tell you what, though, he said 60, which is a lineman, but man, he's only 150 pounds.
You sure that's the right name with size? I don't know.
Ratliff fires one over the middle. Intercepted by the Falcons. That's Dean Clark on the interception for Fairfield Union.
Intercepted for the Falcons. Comes down from Dean
Here we go. We'll see it here.
Yeah, they got good pressure right here, Jared. He's got to throw off his back foot there. When you lob it over the middle, usually not a good result.
Right. And Clark going to come back out, Dean Clark that is, to run the offense after picking up the interception. 5'11" sophomore will hand it off. Coming near side. Good run here. Finally knocked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. On the carry is Keaton Webb. On the tackle for New Lexington is number 33. That's Carter Hahn. Clock under a minute to play. Falcons with a chance to put another score on the board here.
Yeah, that was an outstanding run.
Very good run by Keaton Webb. Sophomore. He stays in the ball game. He'll go to the right of Dean Clark. He'll take the handoff, and this time he's swarmed right as he took the handoff.
Brady Andrews with the carry for the Falcons.
And I'm not sure they're going to get this play off.
Well, they've got 8 seconds here. They might get it, Jared.
They do have a timeout left.
Yeah, but you don't want to do that.
They do get the snap off.
And he's got room.
He does. He's got some speed too, but he's going to be swarmed under. That was 24, Lane Martindale on the stop for New Lexington.
Really closed that gap.
Yeah, I think number 28, Nicholas Fraley on the stop. So that'll do it for us here at Fairfield Union as the Falcons. Well, I tell you, I think, like we mentioned earlier, a lot of surprise from this game. I think everybody expected a little bit closer game, but New Lex came out and clicking on all cylinders.
They really did. You just don't know that first week, Jared. Honestly, you can scrimmage and you can do all that summer stuff, but until you, as I used to say, till the cheerleaders are cheering and the popcorn's cooking, you don't know.
That's true. I want to say thanks to our Interface Video Productions crew tonight. Josh Messerly, Donnie Ziegfeld, Dylan Panschel, Jim Spires, Jason Russo, and Jason Roush and Tom Russo. And invite you to join us next week. We'll be at Bloom Carroll as the Bulldogs take on the Taze Valley Vikings. We'll have that one for you with the start time right about 7 p.m. Once again, your final score tonight, New Lexington 49, Fairfield Union 7. For all of our Interface Video Productions crew and Tim Shoemaker, I'm Jared Stewart. Have yourselves a great night, everybody.
Interface Video presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Game of the Week. Brought to you by Dagger Long, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Buckeye Toyota, Fairfield Medical Center, Buckeye Lake Marina, Personal Touch Party Rentals, Fairfield DD, North Body Shop, Fairfield County Adam H., The Carriage Company, The Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, and ExploreHawkingHills.com.